going on? Hey, everybody. Welcome, everybody, to the Big Time Show podcast that is being seen and heard live everywhere. But in particular, on Podbean, in particular on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, and of course, the other home of the Big Time Show podcast, that is the one and only, the Spotlight Sports Network. How are you guys doing on this great Saturday afternoon? I know I'm coming on at a different time, but I had something else to do and had a little time. Number one, my son had his soccer game today, his first game of the season in soccer, in which they won 4-0. My son played goalie for a little amount of time where he didn't allow nobody to score. And then he scored a goal today. So he contributed from both sides. Solid all-around game today. I was very impressed. Yeah. So that was a big part of the reason why I didn't come on earlier. Listen, forgive me for not looking, and I will be looking at the comments in just a second. But first of all, can you guys do me a favor and share, please? It would be nice if you guys would just help your boy out real quick. See on that ticker there that you guys see now, that's one of, several ways that you can help me. If you want to help your boy out, there it is, all right there. Don't worry about the call-in line yet, because y'all be calling in, and you will see what's going on. And I don't want to open it up yet, but I promise you, by the time I finish, y'all gonna want to talk to me, because some of y'all gonna think I'm crazy. Yeah, I promise you that. Some of y'all, before this show with, y'all gonna believe that I'm crazy. I'm serious. Y'all really are. Because if you looked at my title, you'll see that I said something just is not right. It's not setting right with me. And I'm dipping into an area of which I usually don't do. Okay. I usually don't do this. But things are starting to add up a little bit. And I got to share what my mind is thinking. This is a podcast show. It's really about my opinion. It's really about, it's an opinionated fan perspective, opinion. So everybody got one. But it's amazing how sometimes some opinions turn into facts. All right. And I'm not saying I'm facts. Y'all gonna have to forgive me. I'll come with all the technicality and all the 100% facts at a later date. I'm going into an area now that's a money making machine, and that is conspiracy theory. I mean, come on now. I saw a man in the White House for 4 years survive and stay and got hired off of conspiracy theories. That's what I saw. Now, I don't know what y'all saw, but I mean, the man in the White House, y'all know what I'm talking about. He said this, and people just started believing what he said, and it was just pure conspiracy. So I'm gonna dip into that today. But before I do, let me say hello to everybody. Let me see who all on here. I just want to know what's going on. Tavis, what's up? My brother's in here. BAL, what's going on? I don't know who you are, but you got these Raider stuff on, so hey, whatever. What's up, E Kush? I see you. All right, I got Coach on here, Coach Price. What's up, man? What's going on? Thank you for popping in. Y'all listen to me now. Please listen. I hope you're sharing this. Please listen before you go off on me. Okay, BL, I got you. Don't. I told you this just me. Okay, and I'm not claiming to be right. This is what I'm thinking. Okay, this is what I'm thinking, y'all. Here we go. When you look at what we have done the off season, okay, think about it. Look at all the people that we have lost. All right. And then look at what we've done to add. What have we done? I mean, we've signed some guys who are not trash, but we haven't really done the impact that we're looking for. I think that two names come up that we're somewhat satisfied with as a fan base, and that's Curse, Jaron Curse, and then I believe a lot of people, majority of people, are happy with James Washington being signed. Other than that, we ain't really just too excited about nothing. Okay? Yeah. You know, we just, you see what E. Kuss saying. Kuss saying we just giving guys money who haven't really done anything, major, impact players. All right. Now, that's pretty much leaning toward the factual side. Y'all stay with me. Just listen to me. The Jones family bit the bullet and had no choice but to give Dak Prescott the contract that he earned. We all know what the quarterback market is. The quarterback market demands that you have to get paid. If you're next in line and you've had somewhat of a above average career, you're going to get paid. Kirk Cousins got paid. They franchised. I understand they franchised him all those years. I get it, but he got paid. Matthew Stafford, you just saw what he just did. Of course, he won the Super Bowl, but he just got paid. The list goes, it's just whoever is next. That's who's going to get paid. If you have anything on your resume, Pro Bowls, All Pro, won a division, won a playoff game, won a Super Bowl, of course, you're going to get paid. Okay? Coach, Coach, see what I'm saying? There you go, Coach. Man, you beat me to the punch. And I'm getting ready to go with it. See, Coach have been listening, to me. You kind of checked me out. So here's the conspiracy, y'all. Coach had already pulled the rabbit out the hat. He got paid, y'all. And I know I got some Dak fans here. But look what we have done this year. Now, whatever side of the fence that you are on when it comes to Dak Prescott, there's a divide. Some of the fan base think he's a top 5 quarterback. Some of the fan base think he's a top 10 quarterback. Some think he's a top 12 quarterback. Whatever side you're on, look what they have done, the front office. If you really are talking about winning a Super Bowl, then you don't need too much to get to the level when you had the roster that we had last season. You don't need nothing but a couple of pieces that can take you to the next level, such as you don't need a whole line. You just need somebody at left guard who's dominant. We can work with that. I can work with. Give me a dominant left guard with this line that we have now. I'm good. If you're talking about trying to figure out where Terrence Steele is going to play, I mean, figure it out. I like Steele. I like him, but I also like Collins now. I don't know why everybody act like they don't know, I take Collins. I don't care what y'all say. I know he stayed hurt, whatever, but when he played, you can see a difference. And if the man playing hurt, I get it, but I like Collins. That's me. When you're on defense, good Lord, all we need is a guy in the middle to plug it up real good. We're solid. Well, we were solid last year with the emergence of Michael Parsons. The secondary was snagging everything that was in the air. I mean, we were good enough defensively to win. Gregor on one end, Lawrence on the other end, OC in the middle. Gallimore in the middle, Tristan Hill in the middle, Bohanna come in off the bench. He's in the middle. We weren't no trash on defense. We was ready. Y'all watch what we're doing now. This year you let Gregory go over whatever he got mad at or whatever. The bottom line is he's gone. Okay? He's gone. Then, forgive me, Coach Price, you here? E. Kush, Tavis, Joe, will y'all help me understand? Make sure I'm okay. I thought that when you have a quarterback that you paid a whole lot of money for 2 and 4, don't you supposed to make sure that the offensive line is as potent as it could be? Y'all help me right quick, because I'm going somewhere. Y'all already know. The option of taking away the things that made him successful, that don't sound like a good option to me. Help me. So you telling me, listen, now some of the people I'm going to say, we're going to say good riddance. But here's the bottom line. We lost our right tackle in Lyle Collins. We lost our left guard in Connor Williams. That's 2 starters on the offensive line. When you paid the kind of money that you paid to that quarterback, you don't have time for experiments. And if you are losing them, don't you supposed to have a plan in place? Because you're paying a lot of money for this quarterback that you got to keep on the field. I ain't seen no plan. And please, y'all, don't come to me talking about the draft. I don't even want to hear that. Because he's a rookie. Huh? I'm trying to paint a picture here. Look what we have lost. Look, if you're on the side of Dak not being good, or he's average, or he can't win this, he can't win that. Hey, J-Lo on Podbean. Hey, brother, I'm sorry I didn't recognize you. What's going on? Yeah, exactly. He talking about Van Der Esch and all that. Listen, not only did we lose 2 starting offensive linemen, we lost our number 1 receiver. And our, I guess if everybody's healthy, maybe our 4th receiver in Cedric Wilson. If everybody's healthy, Wilson probably is Cedric Wilson is probably probably the 4th receiver on the team. So wait a minute. Let's look at the scorecard one more time. We lost our right tackle. We lost our left guard. No matter what you think of him, he was a starter. We lost our number one receiver. Then we lost our fourth receiver, if everybody healthy. If we're not healthy, Cedric's the third receiver. Okay. What has been the plan for replacing this? Because last year we had a Super Bowl roster, supposedly. Supposedly, Oh, okay. Okay. And this is what we're doing. So, here's my theory. Coach already done. Yeah. Thank you, Joe, for y'all keep adding on because I believe some of y'all already know where I'm going. Joe says I don't believe Gallup will be ready until December. That's true. You ain't play. I mean, you could go draft a receiver, I guess. So be it. A lot of folks talking about the Ohio State receiver. Okay, that's fine. Okay, I get it. Exactly. Bengals show. Listen, he's telling the truth. Bengals show you can get to the show with a fair old line moving money around, I suppose. Well, you also had a great quarterback in Mr. Barrow. So if you don't believe Dak is the guy, then that lets me know you believe he's a complimentary type quarterback. In other words, for him really to be successful, everything else around him has to be on point. That's what you believe if you don't think he's the guy. You believe the defense got to be on point. You believe that he need to lean on the running game. You believe that, if he can throw the ball 27 times a game and we rush for 100 yards, then that's when he's most effective. I would slightly agree with you on that. But if you one of the ones that feel like you can put the ball in his hands and say, carry us to the promised land, then if you believe that and you believe he should throw the ball 40 times a game, then common sense ought to tell you, you can't take away a number one receiver. You can't take away the right tackle and the left guard and the third receiver or the fourth receiver on the team and a dominant pass. Well, I ain't gonna say a dominant pass rusher, but a pass rusher that make a difference in Randy Gregory. You can't tell me that we're better than what we were last year. Right now, I'm saying we're not even in the neighborhood on paper. I can't disvalue somebody's heart, but you can't run the race without the horses. That's what I'm trying to say. You can have a star on your helmet, but if you really just a special teams player, you can't run the race without the horses. We lost some horses, which leads to my conspiracy theory. I ain't gonna even hold it no more. I believe they might be trying to set Dak up. Because you ain't trying to win. Now, y'all know I'm a Cowboy fan. Y'all know I am. Y'all know I'm a Cowboy fan. So I'm qualified to talk about this. I believe they trying to set Dak up. And y'all, somebody need to mark this show down for me. And come back in about another 2 years or 3 years. If the Lord allows me to live, I want somebody to show me this show in about another 2 years. Because, what's up, Cincinnati crew? Let me go to Podbean also. Let me see what he's saying. J-Lo on here. Appreciate you. He said, I hate to say it, but it didn't seem like Cooper wanted to be there. J-Lo, the only thing I'm going to say is that the Cowboys didn't want him there. The only reason why I'm saying that is because his contract had the provisions just like Dak, that where they can restructure and, they can push money toward the front end and, give it to him in a signer's bonus, make the, his base salary better for the salary cap. They ain't never touch it. They wanted to cut Coop. What ain't been said, and this is another conspiracy that I'm saying, that I believe that the COVID thing really put a dent in it because those were important games, and Coop missed 2 games. And the Jones family, and Jerry in particular, hurried up and ran in front of a camera and a microphone and professionally showed his displeasure for Amari Cooper not playing. So if he did that in front of the camera, you can only imagine what he was saying behind the camera when there was no microphone. He was cussing that man out and everything else. Y'all know that. Come on now. I believe that held that I'm not saying that's the reason. We all know it was money, but it is what it is. Now, let me get back to this. I'm believing that they're trying to set my man up. Now, you don't have to agree, but let's look at something real quick. Y'all know I said I'm coming with a fan perspective, but I had to come with just little facts. I'm gonna let y'all see this for yourself, okay? And then I want y'all to make sure that you give an honest opinion about what I'm getting ready to show you, all right? Podbean, you're not gonna be able to see this, but if you want to, you need to go to your YouTube, and I'll read it. But you need to go to YouTube, search out the Big Time Show, follow it real quick. You'll be able to see it live. I'm live there right now. If you want to go to Twitter, go to @BigTimeLou. I'm there live right now. Your Facebook, just search out the Big Time Show. I'm live there right now. But you won't be able to see it, but I am going to read it. Let me add this in. Because when you look at Dak Prescott's contract, something very interesting is there. Extremely interesting. Look at that, y'all. Let's read it together. Let's read this together. If you're on Podbean, I'm going to read it. In his contract, it says if he, talking about Dak, were released before 2024, there would still be $14.45 million in prorated signing bonus remaining in the final year of the deal and the void year. Watch this. If the release comes before June 1st, the void year will accelerate onto the 2024 cap. However, a post-June 1st release from the Cowboys would have cap hits of $14.45 million in each of the final 2 seasons. Now, before you go crazy over the $14.5 million, remember the cap is going to go up. It's going to go up by the time this 2024 gets here. It ain't no telling what the cap gonna be. But I know one thing, it's not going to be low. So in 2024, a $14.45 million hit, that really ain't going to be nothing. That's not going to be nothing. And if you had to pay it the next year, if you are dedicated in getting rid of that, then some of this stuff and some of these moves are starting to make sense, at least to me. Because if Dak don't do well next year, even with the team, because they're going to be saying, look, we paid him like he was a paid him like he was a top 3 quarterback. You know, we ought to see the production. We ought to see a Pro Bowl appearance. He ought to be borderline all pro. I mean, we paid him like this, but you took away everything. But you gonna blame him though. Oh yeah, I can see this now. I can hear us saying now. I can hear it already. Dak ain't doing nothing. Dak can't play. Dak can't carry us. Dak can't do nothing. Dak can't do this. Dak can't do that. We can't run the ball. Dak got to carry us there. Dak got to keep us in the game. Dak got to get out. And they can get out of the contract in a couple of years. What better proof? Look, you know, I hope y'all catching me, but you know that they will blame you because they just did it to Cooper. And how you gonna blame Cooper when Dak wouldn't even throw him the ball enough? But they blame Cooper. Say he ain't giving the production. He can't get the production if he can't throw to himself. But you point the blame. So if you do that and you know that Cooper's production is based off of what his quarterback does, okay, then it ought to tell you common sense that they're going to blame Dak next year. And he got a bunch of role playing. Now, the wild card in this is CeeDee Lamb. If CeeDee Lamb explodes, then some of this stuff is not going to be, it's not going to really hold water. If CD explodes, and when I say explodes, if he has 11, 12, 1,300 yard year, 6, 7 touchdowns, 80 plus catches, then what they said about CD would be true, that he is a true number 1 receiver. That's the wild card. But if CD ain't got him of a 70, what Cooper had last season, 60, 68 catches or whatever, he probably had more if he wouldn't have missed a couple games. I get that. But if he has, only 72 catches, unless he got 1,500 yards with it, then I get it. But if he only got 72 catches for 920 some odd yards, and James Washington only got 55 catches, and Gallup, who gonna miss some time probably, then let me put it this way. Let me put it this way. If Dalton Schultz does what he does last year, in other words, the most receptions on the team next year, please understand, Dak Prescott is going to get ate alive by this fan base. I'm just telling y'all before the first whistle get blown. I see the setup coming because what they're going to be banking on, this is conspiracy. I'm coming to Podbean in a minute because I know y'all lighting it up over there. J-Lo says, no. Jones wants to win, and I don't think he's throwing Dak out there as a scapegoat. Jones is old and wants another Super Bowl. J-Lo, show me how he wants to win the Super Bowl. Because all of these off-season moves, all of the free agents that have passed by, all of the actions that they have done shows me that they're really not trying to go all out for a Super Bowl. You don't let go of starters and guys who make impact on your team and then come out and say, we're trying to win the Super Bowl. No, sir. When you're close to winning the Super Bowl, all you need to do is just add on, not subtract. A free agent here, a free agent there, build on the draft. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. But sometimes you need players to carry you over the hump. You don't let go of your number one receiver that commands a double team, that commands double coverage on every play. And then tell me I got a guy that we going to try to figure out if Lamb demands that coverage. That's what we're going to be trying to figure out. We don't know. We don't know how deep. I think CD is gonna get double, but it ain't gonna be. Hey, Michael, I see you. I don't see. He got to show me first. That's what a lot of people gonna say. If I get my number one corner to lock up CD the whole game and don't need no safety help, then look, come on now. I don't know that about CD yet. I haven't seen it. I got an opinion on what I think CD can do, but I haven't seen it yet, so I can't just give it to him. And then common sense tell me this, y'all. This is what common sense tell me. Listen to me. If Dak couldn't get it right with Cooper, Lamb, and Gallup there, y'all really believe that he's gonna get right with Lamb, Gallup, and James Washington? So they served James Washington up on the platter. Hey, Dak, there you go. There you go. Make it happen. Gallup not coming back probably into the fourth, fifth game of the year. Make it work. You had Noah Brown out there. Exactly, Jeffrey Murray. Jeffrey Murray says, and y'all don't see that, he's in another chat, says, how do they think Dak gonna be better with less? That's the $1 million question. I thank you, Jeffrey. Jeffrey says, how do you think they're going to get better with less? We didn't upgrade, we downgraded. I got 2 starters out of my offensive line. I realize I don't like Connor Williams either. I know. But the bottom line is your starting left guard for the last 3-4 years is gone. I ain't seen no replacement. I haven't seen the plan. Who's our starting left guard, y'all? I know Connor McGovern is what, but I hope Connor is lifting up buildings. Forget barbells. I hope he's lifting up buildings to get better. I mean, that's the obvious, replacement. But we saw Connor McGovern last year, and it wasn't good. It was so bad that they put Connor Williams back at left guard. Come on, y'all. That's how bad it was. It didn't work. Connor McGovern should be in that package, that Hawk position package. Okay. And that's where he was effective. But when he got the starting gig, it was so bad that they put Connor Williams back. So I'm losing my right tackle. I'm losing my left guard. I lost Randy Gregory. That's impact. I know he don't have a lot of sacks, but he's impactful. Everybody got to admit that. Okay? I lost Amari Cooper, a true number one. I lost Cedric Wilson, a productive third receiver last year for us. I still got an offensive coordinator that don't know how to get the ball to Tony Pollard yet. Been there with him for the last 2-3 years. He still ain't figured out how to get the ball to Tony Pollard. I got an organization that wants to play Ziggy Elliott after week 4 when you know the man's knee is torn. Had a PCL. He's not the same. You wanted to play him anyway. You didn't shut him down. I look, y'all. The bright spot is Dan Quinn. I get that. I like Dan. I think he's gonna do well with the defense, and he better do well with the defense because I don't see how our offense is gonna be. Come on, y'all. So when you take all of this away, or you didn't try to re-sign some of these folks, and please don't tell me the cap thing because everybody else making it work. Then you look at him. Listen to me. Because see, y'all just saw Tyreek Hill get traded, and look what they got in return. Look what the Chiefs got in return. What all we get? I mean, look, the Dolphins got almost. Look, they so loaded in the draft. I mean, they can play now. They can trade picks. They can draft. I mean, now, and they got it from a number one receiver. We just gave Cooper away for nothing. One pick and a play. I mean, come on, man. So this is my theory. It's my theory. And look at this. Let's look at this one more time, y'all. I'm gonna take it down. Let's look at this one more time because I see a setup happening. I do. I'm feeling it. Read this again, y'all. This is Dak Prescott. Let's read it one more time for the people in the back. If he, talking about Dak, were released before 2024, there would still be a $14.45 million in prorated signing bonus remaining in the final year of the deal and the void year. That's really not the line. Here's the line. If the release comes before June the 1st, the void year will accelerate onto the 2024 cap. However, a post-June 1 release from the Cowboys would have cap hits of only $14.45 million in each of the final two seasons. The salary cap, again, ladies and gentlemen, is going to go up. And by the time 2024 get here, that little $14.45 million, that ain't gonna be nothing. I see a setup, y'all. You add in the fact of all the stuff they taking away from Dak, and you know they gonna be saying it all year long. We believe in Dak Prescott. I mean, we believe he's a captain. He's a great leader. He's a great motivator. He's a great man. He kisses all the babies. He shake hands with firemen. He salutes the police as they drive by. All that good stuff. Remember, I've always told y'all since I've been doing all this stuff. I've been doing this for years. I used to do the Cowboy Report in 2012 and all that. When they talked about Romo, y'all, they always leaned toward the field with Romo, giving his props. When they talked about Aikman, always on the field. Good stuff. When they talk about Dak Prescott, it's mostly outside the football field. All his credit goes outside of the football field. It does. He's a great man. This is the kind of guy you want to go to war with. This is the guy, he's a leader of men. This is what you hear. He's great in the community. Everybody loves him. He's this, he's that. But when you start talking about his game, you don't quite hear it so loud. Huh? You don't. You hear about his stuff off the field. You don't hear nothing about him on the field, really. They don't give him that raving credit that they gave Romo. They don't do that. Not with Dak Prescott. Huh? So here's my thing. Fine, and I'm gonna open up the lines because I ain't gonna be long today because I know y'all ready today. See, that's my theory. I'm gonna go and remove this now. That's my theory. I believe you ain't gotta believe it. This just I'm looking at it. Yeah, I'm looking at the tea leaves. I'm reading it, and I'm seeing stuff that's number one showing me that you're really not serious about winning the Super Bowl. That is
1-803-960-3584.
Y'all calling me already. Just hold on. I ain't gonna do you like that. I ain't gonna do you like that.
Call from
Coach Mob.
Oh my God.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Coach ain't gonna even let me. Coach ain't gonna even let me get through this. Coach, ladies and gentlemen, this is Coach Marv, man, and
what's going on, Big Show, man?
Look, Coach, now I value your opinion. I'll go and let you kill me. Tell me where I'm wrong, Coach.
I peeped you though, man. I had that thought too, but then I knew about the out clause because the Cowboys have an out clause in all their contracts. They had one in Cooper's at year 3 where they could have took the next year they could have took a less of a hit. But the only thing that messes that up, Big Show, is every time they restructure, that hit gets even bigger at those final years. So they're gonna restructure twice. See, that's the basic of his contract at the beginning. But when they restructured and gave him more signing bonus money to drop his cap hit, that pushes that number up when you talking about the out clause of those 24 year. So they have done it twice. But I do have I'm gonna tell you where you're right at. You're right that there's a conspiracy thing going on, and yes, it could have been a setup. But I really think Stephen Jones, anytime a guy talks about the cap all the time, that means he doesn't like the salary structures of how the NFL is going salary-wise. And he wants to be that person to try to break this salary thing from exploding. Because he always talks about it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But he can't control the other owners because the other owners not on that same bandwagon.
Yeah,
they're about winning.
Yeah, they trying to win Super Bowl.
They trying to win Super Bowl. But the football aspect, yes, we lost a tackle and Cooper, and I understand what you say perfectly. But I still think we have the ingredients to be successful. But do we have the leadership? You've heard me talk on other shows. I just don't think we got the ingredients of the leadership. And I'm not even going to go from the ownership. I'm just thinking about on the field. Kellen Moore is not seasoned enough, know how to control a game. This thing was not being balanced. Is really getting into the Cowboys. Let's take it like this, and I'm gonna say this right quick, Joe, and then you think about it this way. The Cowboys were 6-1. They were 6-1 and was on a 6-game winning streak. They were first in attempts in rushing the ball in those 6 games and averaging over about 40 points a game.
Lord have mercy. I already know
even in the game that they played against New England, they had 30 rushing attempts in that game. Dak threw the ball 46 times, but majority of those passes came in the middle of fourth quarter through overtime. About 20 of those pass attempts. From that game on, they started to rank midway in the league in rushing attempts. And in every big game, they ran the ball with their running backs less than 20 times.
Wow. Exactly. And Coach, I'm glad you're saying that. And let me get off. I got somebody else on. Call me back, Coach, in just a second.
All right.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
Call from.
Okay.
Hold on a second.
Okay.
Hey, how you doing? Who is it?
Hey, how you doing?
What's going on?
This is Jay. Cowboy Jay Ugly.
What's up, Cowboy? Just give me a second. What Coach Marv was just talking about was the formula to win, as we all know, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and please let me know if you're still on here. West Coast Cowboy is on here right now. I believe he is, or if he's not, he was at first. If you know anything about West Coast, and pretty much everybody knew the same thing and would say the same thing, is that it was obvious how we win, and that's how to run the ball. I mean, good Lord. That you look at the end of the box score, and Zeke Elliott to have 10 carries for the whole game, and Pollard would have 3. I mean, come on, man. You can't win like that. You just can't. But this is the golden boy, Kellen Moore, who's a problem for me. So there it is. I don't know if you're on here West Coast, but this is what most people have been asking for all year last year, that it looked like he caught amnesia and just totally forgot about it and tried to turn Dak into an all-pro quarterback, and it don't work. But Coach, you're 100% right on it. I just had to grab this call. I hope you're still on here, man. I hope you don't think I was being rude there, but I apologize if that is the case. I don't think that's the case. I think we better than that. I know that. Come on, Cowboy Jay. This is my brother on the Spotlight Sports Network. My guy here, he's a Cowboy. I got to get him on live with me one day, and he's a Cowboy fan just like I am. Come on, talk to me, Cowboy Jay.
How you doing, man? I appreciate it. I think what we're looking at is a little bit of buyer's remorse. The Cowboys told you, they told everybody by their actions that they did not believe in paying that kind of money. Now, for them to blow everything up after 1 year, because that's what they did. They just blowed it up. Now, you took all of his weapons and you just sent them, you just dispersed them. You signed a little middle of the road tight end back. Yeah, a little safety valve. But you sent Amari Cooper down the road. Gallup got hurt. You cut his right tackle. Why you send Tyron Smith out instead of Leo Collins?
Right. Talking. Come on.
You see what I'm saying? That would have made more sense to me.
Yeah. None of
he was a little bit longer in
the... Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Tyron a little bit longer in the tooth. He missed more games than Leal.
Yeah.
But it's just to me that they didn't want to pay him, and they paid him to satisfy the fan base, and they're blowing it up. They're not telling us they're blowing it up, but I think they setting the deck to get McCarthy up out of there, and maybe next year to go and get a Sean Payton or whoever they want. By that time,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
By that time, they can cut ties with Dak, Zeke, and whoever else they want to, and they have Michael Parsons on defense, and whoever and Trey with the Diggs boy and whoever else we draft. They're going to build that defense up, and whoever we get this year, we get it. But I think we're looking forward to the future and another quarterback down the line.
Yeah, Cowboy Jay, I've been preaching this for the last 2 months. The question was, I already knew it. The question was, are we really trying to win or are we rebuilding?
No.
I've already said that we were rebuilding. They're trying to do it on
We're trying to stay competitive.
Yeah, trying to stay competitive, but I think it goes a little bit deeper now because of the people that we have lost. And you really ain't seen, or at least haven't seen the plan to replace them. It lets me know that the deeper part is you're trying to set Dak up. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking they try because Dak is going to take, along with Coach McCarthy, Dak is going to be on a lot of heat because the expectation is they're going to be saying, well, it's kind of like what everybody's saying about Cooper. We can't pay you this amount of money for a guy that don't produce. That's what we said about DeMarcus Lawrence. We can't pay a guy $20 million if he ain't getting no sacks. You see what I'm saying? So quite naturally, they're going to say the same thing about Dak if he don't all of a sudden act like he the MVP of the league. That's the only thing going to shut people up. And the truth be told, it just depends on what you think about that. Some people think that's in him. Some people say, nah, he ain't quite on that level yet. But they're going to judge him according to that level. And it's going to be a big, big, big problem along with Coach McCarthy. So I agree with you 100%. I've been saying.
We saw Dak at his best when we played tough defense, gave him the short field, and didn't ask him to drive 60, 70 yards down the field.
Yeah.
That was the typical Cowboys. Yeah. When Dak was a rookie and when he was looking good, we were jumping on teams early, getting turnovers, converting, and giving him the short field.
Yeah.
And that's with any quarterback, and any young quarterback.
Yeah.
But as a veteran quarterback, you expect them to be able to give you some drives, but you can't expect them to give you 70, 80-yard drives the whole game. That's where the dinking and dacking came from. Teams will say, okay, well, I'm going to let you dink and dack and dunk, but you're going to make a mistake down the line.
Well, we still dealing with the fundamental thought. A lot of people still believe that he really can't throw the ball down the field.
I don't think he can either because I really don't think so.
See.
When the last time you see him throw a post? When the last time you see him throw a post route for about 60, 20, 30-yard post route to the house? Either we don't have the speed to go downfield or he can't throw it. Which one is it?
The only thing, the deep balls that he does throw is usually to Gallup, those are go routes. But as far as
that's down the sideline.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That sideline.
Exactly. But as far as a post route goes, you don't see it. What he does throw is a slant. Yeah. What he does throw is a slant. He might run a little dig route and definitely a crossing route, but that's easy when it's when it's man to man. But as far as throwing a post route, that's what I'm saying. I really feel like that with all the people they take away from him, I'm starting to sense a setup here, man. And whatever you feel about him, it is what it is. But I believe he's gonna start to pay a serious price next year on that. Man, I appreciate you, man. Thank you for calling in, Cowboy.
Thank you for taking my call.
Man, no problem, man. Thank you, man. I see I'm not alone. Coach said the reason why us not Dak, Sean Payton would get Zeke 1,300 yards, TP 700, and Dak would be MVP. Fact, I wouldn't doubt it. Maybe it's a different coaching change because Kellen Moshe can't drive the car, coach. That's the truth.
Call from.
Let me see who this is. All right. Somebody else calling. I knew y'all gonna call in today because, come on, Mike. Michael Evans is in the house. Talk to me, brother. Tell me where I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong.
I'm not gonna tell you you're wrong, but I was just listening to your previous caller, and I just had to jump on here and finally set the record straight. What is he talking about saying that Dak can't throw the ball down the field? He can't throw a ball 60 yards. Was he paying attention? I believe it was 2019 when the Cowboys were playing Washington in Washington, and Dak throws that 51-yard bomb to Devin Smith, cooking all-world cornerback Josh Norman. Was he paying attention to that? Because I don't think he was. He's saying Dak can't throw the ball down the field.
I believe he can throw, but I think that is masqueraded with the play calling. I just don't believe that. I've always said it. Forgive me, and I guess the pushback would be what I'm getting ready to say is his contract. But I got to push back on that. We'll never know because nobody would never admit it. I've always said that when it comes to Dak Prescott, I really don't believe that this team was 100% all in on Dak like they were with Romo and guys like that. And even, of course, Aikman, but it's a different brand of football back then. I just don't believe. I've heard Jerry Jones say that I believe Romo can win us a Super Bowl. We just not hearing that about that. And they said it because they really had no choice. I just believe that Kellen Moore, all I usually see is just slants and crossing routes and comeback routes. I ain't seen no digs. I ain't seen no post routes. I ain't seen no post corner routes. That's the play calling. That's the coaching. This is what they run. And so we really don't know what Dak really can do totally because he's not been put in a position to really throw those type throws like everybody else because they believe in the short passing game. That's just the truth.
Well, you're exactly. I'm sorry. You're exactly right about you're saying that the Cowboys weren't all on Dak Prescott. Let's take a little trip down memory lane back to 2016, Dak's rookie year. Remember that draft?
Mm-hmm.
Who were the Cowboys looking to draft as a quarterback? It wasn't Dak Prescott. Remember, it was Paxton Lynch.
Mm-hmm.
Dak Prescott wasn't on their radar when in that draft. They took Dak as an afterthought, and they never thought he was going to have to step in and play the training camp, preseason.
Mike, you going in and out on me, man.
Coach Ma.
Okay. Mike, you going...
To accept, press 1. To
Mike,
send a
you going
voicemail,
in and
press
out on
2.
me. You going in and out on me. You going in and out on me, Mike. I'm sorry, but you going in and out. Come on, talk to me, Coach.
Hey, man. This is straight on something, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so many people want to get on Dak Prescott.
Mm-hmm.
Man, but the job of any head coach and any offense coordinator, is to know what your players do well.
There you go.
And keep them in keep that headliner to what you do on the field.
That's true.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I heard this. I'll give you two instances. I heard Dan Quinn talk about at the beginning of the season and say, I need to know what my players do well and continue to let them do that over and over and over again because that's what they do well.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my indictment on Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore had the same game plan when he was playing when Dak got hurt and he was playing with guys that don't even supposed to be in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
When you let a guy that was, I don't even remember, Ben DiNucci, you get in the game and you let him throw the ball 40 times in a game, a non-drafted quarterback that shouldn't even be in the NFL.
Totally ridiculous.
And you let him throw the ball 40 times. It tells me that you're not a person that knows what your players do well. Mm-hmm. And you are going to force your system on them regardless of what their talents are.
Yeah.
I would have been a Cowboy fan probably just as long as you, Big Show.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been around when the Cowboys was in the years of Troy Aikman.
Oh, yeah.
Troy Aikman was not Dan Marino. He wasn't Steve Young. He couldn't throw the ball. Every time he threw the ball over 35, 40 times, Big Show tell everybody what the record was. They lost.
He lost.
He wasn't the guy to throw it around the yard.
Mm-hmm.
But what he did well and keeping the offense on schedule and having a physical presence to the offense made the passing game much easier for him.
No doubt.
That's what we need as an offensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
And we can win a championship with Dak, but you cannot go in there and try to make him Patrick Mahomes.
Exactly. Try to make him the MVP of the league. That's not going to... Dak Prescott should never be in the MVP running. How about that one? Because he should never have the stats of an MVP.
Well, you know something, Big Show?
Mm-hmm.
If you go back to the games I was telling you about the first 6 games,
yeah, he
was in the MVP
conversation.
Conversation because he was throwing 4 or 5. He had a game where he threw for less than 200 yards, but 4 touchdowns.
There you go.
It's about efficiency.
Yeah, there you go. That's his game.
Every 10 passes Dak throw, I want a touchdown.
Yeah, that's his game when he was at Mississippi State. That was his game his first year. That's why he won.
And he don't turn the ball over.
And he did not turn the ball over. This is what...
and he still don't turn the ball over. When he play bad, he don't turn the ball over.
There you go. It's not hard to see. It's not hard to figure out. But as you said before, Kellen Moore is Kellen Moore. And
I'm going to say this red thing. One more thing, Big Show, and I'm going to let you go. But I want to say this. I want to make sure everybody knows the mantra. Cowboy fan Joneses, is it more important for you to do the things that's right to win 6, or is it more important you do it your way? Mm-hmm. And now I want to say this to the fans. Is it more important for us to be exciting or to win games?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Good question, Coach. I love it. And I think we already know the answer.
Man. Keep pushing, brother.
I'm going to try, man. I'm going to try. Thank you for listening to me, man. Thank you so much. Let me throw this out here since I'm on this now. Let me throw this out here. Dak had is not good. And it ties into what Coach just said. Let's go down memory lane real quick. Let's go down. Dak had Dez Bryant, number 1 receiver. But he had Scott Linehan. He had Kellen Moore, a disciple of Scott Linehan. Here's what the bottom line is. Every number 1 receiver, and usually you say number 1, they have a name, a big name. They all left. Mark Cooper's not the first one. It is the same thing that happened to Dez. And I understand some gonna say his skills had went down. I get it, but he really couldn't throw the Dez like I mean, he didn't challenge, and I'm not blaming Dak, because if it's not in you to be a gunslinger, then stop trying to make him one. Romo was a gunslinger. He didn't care nothing about double coverage. He just threw it there. Dez, go get it. Amari Cooper, he gone now. Every major number 1, they gone. That's not how football works. You keep your number 1. For some reason, and I'm not alluding to that. I'm just saying, whether it's play calling, you don't see number 1s leave too much. I mean, the Devontae Adams thing, that don't happen often. The only reason why Tyreek Hill is gone is because the Chiefs figured out that they were not going to be able to pay him. That's the only reason why he's gone. Not that they didn't want him, it's that they just knew that his contract was coming up, and they know he had earned a crazy amount of money. That's why you saw what Miami paid him, $30 million a year. There's nowhere in the world they were going to be able to pay Mahomes, Kelsey, and then give Tyreek that type of money. He had to go. That's what he was going to ask for. So we get that part. They could have worked out with Cooper. I mean, you just can't. The track record with our guys these last few years is the number 1 receiver ain't gonna make it. Especially have a good year. Stephen Jones, look, I told y'all this the other week, and y'all thought I was funny, but I'm just telling you. Stephen Jones treats the real good ball players like we used to do with the Blockbuster videotapes. Y'all remember that? You rent it for 3 days, in the Stephen Jones case, 3 to 4 years. Then you go in and turn it back in, and you ain't gonna buy it. You just rent it. You let somebody else buy it. That's how they do it. That's what he does. Every time, with the exception of the offensive line. Because when it comes to the offensive line, there has been no problem with paying guys astronomical amounts of money. At the time, Tyron Smith got a big payday. Zach Martin got a big payday. Lyle Collins got a big payday. I mean, Travis Frederick, when he was here, he got a big payday. We don't have no problem paying the line. None. No ill. The linemen don't even have to fight. The line, the line don't have to fight. So when it comes to the offensive linemen, they have no problem writing the checkbook out. Why are they doing this to Dak right here? You had Romo, you built the line. Okay, all right. You made sure the line was intact. You had Aikman, you paid the lineman back then. Okay, we get to Dak, you taking it away. And for those that love the NFL draft, as I said before, I'm not knocking you. I look, okay. But they rookies. And what worked at the University of Utah and worked at University of North Dakota don't necessarily work in the NFL. Just because you was a dog playing at Wichita State don't mean that you made a first team All-American in the Sporting News magazine. Don't mean all of a sudden you are all pro coming in at the rookie. No, you get your brains kicked in the league. Nobody don't care nothing about you. You know, I was a first team All-American in the M&M Sporting Goods, Dick Sporting Goods All-American team. Nobody don't care nothing about that. You get your brain beat out in the NFL. So if your solution is telling me that, okay, we're gonna draft a left guard eventually and gonna challenge Connor McGovern. We're gonna challenge him there. We're gonna draft a left tackle supposedly for the replacement of Tyron Smith. Yeah. Yeah, y'all got the eyes like I got. Y'all see what's going on. This is not how you talk. Now, look, if you're telling me, okay, listen, if you're telling me that all we're trying to do is stay competitive, okay, I think we've done enough to do that. We've done enough to be competitive. I'll give you that. If all your goal is to say we want to win the NFC East, I don't know this year. Philly is going to be better. Washington is going to be better. I'm not saying we can't, but if that's your goal, but if you're talking about winning a world's championship, what we doing ain't adding up to me. It almost leaning and looking toward the way of almost a tank. Like we shooting to have a top 10 pick next year in the draft. We shooting to have a top 15 pick in the draft. We're not trying to win. So you already know the Jones family is gonna come out in a few more months, and Jared Show been mighty quiet. Steven, we don't even want the microphone in his face, but I'm quite sure when the draft come around, the mouth's gonna start running, and we're trying to win. We're trying to do this. Let's go to another level. I told you this the other day. Okay, whoop-de-doo. All right. We bring in Brian Schottenheimer. I'm talking about winning moves in your organization that shows the fan base and shows the team that you're really trying to win. You bring in Brian Schottenheimer, who ain't done nothing. I told y'all that the other show. Everything that he's done, he's been at the bottom of the barrel in the league. So you're giving tokens because everybody knows Coach McCarthy started out with Coach Schottenheimer, Marty Schottenheimer, who's passed on, of course, and he gave him his first job, supposedly. So this ain't nothing but being a favor. That's the same mess that he did when he brought in Mike Nolan. We all saw how that turned out, the defensive coordinator. Worst defense ever. But you're trying to do favors for people. So you done brought this kid on. Now you done brought Schottenheimer on, talking about he gonna be a consultant for both offense and defense. Excuse me, Dan Quinn don't need no help from a guy that's an offensive coach. What are you gonna tell Dan Quinn? Well, I mean, come on now. What is he gonna tell Dan Quinn? Who they said he's supposed to give the latest trends and all that. Dan Quinn know all the latest trends. What do you need him for? Help me, somebody. What does he need him for? He's gonna help out Kellen Moore with the latest trends and game planning. Mike McCarthy couldn't help Kellen Moore with game planning. He didn't put it in. Come on, y'all. Kellen Moore ran the plays himself. McCarthy didn't have nothing to do with that. What in the world are we hiring folks, bringing mediocrity into the building? Huh? He could say we built the front run. He said when you front run team, you need a quick strike offense. Losing Coop eliminates that ability. We aren't set up to come up from behind or grind. Exactly. But that's what we're gonna be next year. A grinded out football team. Unless let me I'm trying to be fair, Ecus. Unless CD Lamb does something that nobody else is really thinking. If CD Lamb goes cuckoo, then it may be a slightly different conversation. But if CD is just an 800, 900 yard receiver, that it's going to be a grind out year. The defense, I've already said, based off what I've seen, the defense is going to have to carry us next year. That's why I wanted us to stack up heavily on defense with guys, impact guys. I wanted Bobby Wagner. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I want Bobby Wagner. I want as many impact players on defense because I feel like the defense has the chance to become. I wanted Randy Gregory back. I thought the defense would have the chance to be at least very close to a top 10 defense and maybe even farther up. That's what I was hoping for. And I think Dan Quinn gonna do a phenomenal job next year. I don't think we're gonna have as many turnovers as we had last year. I don't see Diz getting 12, 14, whatever, 14 interceptions. I don't see that happening again. I don't see that, but I think that our defense is gonna be legit. I believe that. I don't see the offense. Look, I don't see the offense being the number one offense in the league next year. But if some kind of way they can stay in the top 12 defense, you can win ball games if your defense is maybe a top 10 defense. You're going to win some games. I'll give you that. We're just not going to be explosive, like he could say it. And so when you look at all that, and I know everybody's saying, well, Will McClay is going to do the job. Will McClay is going to draft people right. Okay, all right, okay, all right. All right. I'm not excited about the draft this year. I'm not. There's some talent in it. I'm not excited. I'm not excited. I know Will McClay and his staff are going to bring in some good guys. I get it. But I'm not excited at all. I'm not excited because what they've done in the offseason just put a pin in my balloon. I'm just not excited. All right. Phone line is still open. You guys can call in if you want. If not, I done gave y'all my theory. Y'all help me if you believe it. Let me. If you believe what I'm saying about this, y'all, I just want to know, am I the only one that believes that something just is not right? I'm seeing a setup for Dak Prescott. I'm saying it. We already saw Dak play without a number one receiver. That's why we went and got Cooper. We already seen this movie. I hope CD ready. I hope CD Lamb is ready. I hope he is. I hope he turns out to be the dog that I know he is. He is a dog. He is. James Washington is a dog. But this receiver by committee, and that's why I keep saying it's the wild card, because a lot of us are putting CD in this category saying that he's a committee. This is going to be a committee. And everybody, the other folks saying, no, y'all got CD Lamb messed up. CD Lamb is the truth. CD Lamb can dominate a football game. And that's the part a lot of us just don't quite know yet. That's what's going to be the only thing that can save and open up the running lanes. See, if CD Lamb is not the man, nobody ain't going to be able to run the ball. Nobody. If CD Lamb is not the dude, nobody better be talking about it. Zeke Elliott. Look, if he got 9 men in the box, look, you can't run. Huh? He could say it. The only facts he done seen is that CD Lamb can dominate a training camp. That's the only facts he's seen. I mean, hey, I'm serious, y'all. That's what's going. Okay. CD, Joe says, and they'll thank Joe for always listening. Joe says CD is a good receiver, but he's not a game changer like Coop. That remains to be seen, Joe. We've never seen him in that spot before. We've seen him as a number 2, but we've never seen him as a number 1. Will he demand a double team like Cooper always does? That's the first question. That's really the first question. If he demands a double team like Cooper did, then that's half the battle. Because all that's going to do is open it up for his boy Schultz. Whoever's on the other side is going to get one-on-one coverage. That's what Coop brought to the table. Will CD Lamb demand a double team every play like Cooper did? That's the question. We ain't going to know that till the season starts. That's where we really are. And I'm quite sure the Cowboys going to draft another receiver. The question is it going to be at 24 on down the line? The receiver pool is deep this year. A lot of good wide receivers coming in the draft. A lot of good wide receivers. Plenty of them. Plenty. It's going to be some guys that drafted in the 3rd and 4th round who are going to make an impact from the wide receiver position. They're going to make an impact. That's how deep it is. It's dominant type guys. So I can see the Cowboys draft another receiver, but it's really on CD. And then, like I said before, y'all know I got Dak fans on here, but here's the truth. Will he throw it to CD? I mean, good Lord. Because he didn't throw it to Cooper. He didn't throw it to Dez. He didn't really throw it to Cooper now. Well, at least last year he did. Okay? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I know y'all don't like it, but it's just the truth. See, sooner or later, we're going to have to start telling the truth about this stuff. That's what's going to ease the blow for next year. So I'm already chilling out. All right? I ain't going to get emotional because my expectations are not high. I ain't going to lie to y'all. It's not. They're not. They are not high at all. They're not. All right? Phone line open. If not, I think I've done my due diligence. That's what Stephen Jones says. I've done my due diligence on today. I've done my due diligence. I think I have. I planted the seed in some of y'all head because when it's really almost common sense, y'all. You can't You see, it's only a few quarterbacks that you can do what the Cowboys have done to Dak to, and it really don't make that much of a difference. It's only about one or two guys. We all know who one of them is, and that's Brady. Brady will go get guys off the street and make them Pro Bowl players. I've seen it. I've seen Rodgers do the same thing, even though he's had guys pretty much. But those type of guys, you know. Coach said we need help in linebacker. You know, I believe we're gonna have. It would be nice if Dean from Georgia is their coach. I don't know if he's gonna last that long, but it would be nice if he's there. And then the other wild card is coach is Jabril Price. I'm sorry, Jabril Cox. I'm sorry. You know, and I'm not banking on a guy coming off an ACL again, and I realize he hadn't played primarily nothing but special teams, but his speed is lethal, and he will hit you. And so I'm anxious to kind of see, can he take a quick step in a hurry, and that might be a real big move there. If he can, so there's a lot of ifs, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. Coach said LVE should have never came back. I agree, but then again, front office, very questionable stuff, man. Very questionable. You know, it really is. So that's really all I got today. I gotta go. I got homework to do. I have to speak in the morning at church, so I already got my stuff ready. Yeah, because he could say it's depending on the draft is a giant if too. Yeah, you know, that's the draft is like rolling the dice. You know, you hope that we get a year. It's one thing I will give credit to as far as Will McClay. Will McClay and his staff do an amazing job. We really don't draft bad at all, y'all. We really don't. The quality of players, now when they get to the league, if they don't make the team and all that, that's really on them. But we don't draft. I mean, we draft first team All-Americans like Brandon Anai from Utah a couple years ago. He's not on the team now, but I mean, when you get a guy in the sixth round and he was a first team All-American, that's quality. As a pass rusher, he's just too small. But I'm saying you get those type of. Will does a great job. His staff does a great job of getting the right players that fit systems and all that kind of stuff. They do it. Will McClay is the real, truth. He may be the MVP, to be honest with you. But how long do you got to wait? If all you doing in this league now is waiting on rookies, you see what they hoping is that, these guys that they draft become Pro Bowlers in their first year or second year, and they can ride that out for the next couple of years. And then when it's time for them to get paid, they let them go. Think about it. I mean, I know we weren't going to pay Byron Jones, our cornerback, but the year prior when his contract came up, do y'all realize that Byron Jones was a first team All-Pro? Let him walk right on out the door. I would think, this is really down the road, but I would think that they're going to do whatever they can to keep Michael Parsons. I would think that they might probably feel the same way about CD Lamb, but you can't bank on that with these guys. As long as Stephen Jones is walking those hallways, and calling out, talking about salary cap. And he's the salary cap champion of the world. Oh, ain't no doubt about that. If there was a salary cap Hall of Fame, Stephen Jones would be first ballot Hall of Famer in the salary cap. He is without a doubt one of the greatest of all time when it comes to the salary cap. He can't do no wrong with that. He that's all. He don't care what your last name. He don't care what your credentials are on the football field. If you coming up against his salary cap, you got to go. But I just made all pro for the last 2 years. Steven said, I don't care. You got to go, dog. You got to go. I'm a Hall of Famer. I am too, in the salary cap. That's what Stephen Jones said. Man, come on now. He don't care who you are, what you've done, what you had a potential to do. He don't care. That's why Randy Gregory gone. That's why Randy Gregory is gone. He don't care. Steve, look, when Randy Gregory talked to Jerry Jones, everything was cool. They shook. Did we got a deal? Randy said, yes, sir. We could. Let's roll. Cowboy for life. Let's go. His only problem was he said, hey, man, go on down there to Stephen Jones' office, get your contract signed. We get terms fine. Stephen Jones get Randy Gregory there, talk to his agent. He tried to throw something in. Randy gone. When he left Jerry, everything was fine. That's Stephen Jones dangerous, man. Stephen Jones dangerous. If this what the future look like, it don't look good. Huh? He could say the only way I see us winning the chip right now is if we sold the team. We just can't stay out of our own way enough to succeed, and Steven won't make it better. Amen. Amen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out. I will catch you guys. Listen, on Monday, I might do a part 2 to this. I might do a part 2 of this conspiracy theory that I have going on in my head. I might do a part 2, but I'll be with you guys on Monday. Same place, wherever you're watching me at right now, or you're listening to me, or if you're listening to this replay on Google Podcasts, Spotify, Pandora, Tumblr, all those different platforms. I will be here Monday, 7 p.m. Central Time. Monday at 7 p.m. Central Time for another edition of the Big Time Show. I appreciate all you guys. Now, right there on the ticker, if you see me, there are ways that you can support the podcast or become a subscriber. It's there for you. Cash App is available. $ the Big Time Show. These are my handles where you can find me at. Twitter at Big Time Lou, YouTube, the Big Time Show, Twitch, Big Time _73. If you want a subscription, go to the Big Time Show 3.supercast.tech. You can do that, and it'll ask you to make a decision on how much you want to support the podcast, whether it's $1, whether it's $5, some may say $20, whatever. You have your opportunity to help your boy out if you can. If you don't, it's all good. This is not my primary source of income. It's just a hobby of mine. I love it. I'm a Cowboy fan, so don't mind doing that. But if you want to support in any shape or form, it is there. Hey, Coach. Oh, man. My boy done came in. My teammate, Coach Dennis Simmons, who is the assistant head coach of the USC Trojans, is in the building. Man, Coach, I appreciate you coming in on me. You got to come back on the show, Dennis. You hear me? Y'all, if you can look, Coach, Coach Simmons, if you can find some time out there in California, I know y'all getting ready. You and USC Trojans, I know y'all getting ready. You can find some time from recruiting and give your boy give me about 15, 20 minutes, Coach. That's all I need. I know you're busy. Come on, hang with me and let's talk. We may need to talk to you and see what the USC Trojans gonna do. Since y'all done switched out over there. If y'all don't know, Coach Simmons was also the assistant head coach at the University of Oklahoma, where this was C.D. Lamb's wide receiver coach, the guy that I'm talking about now, guy who I played football with. He was C.D. Lamb's coach. Coach Simmons, I may have to call you on this. Because, see, I need to know what you think about CD being number one. And who better to tell us about CD being a number one wide receiver than the man who took him to higher heights as a first-team All-American and everything else at the University of Oklahoma. Coach, I know you there. I may have to get you for the show coming up. We talk about CD. All right. And y'all look here, Coach. There's some look. I'm gonna snitch on some of y'all, Coach Simmons. There are some folks on here now that don't believe in CD. They don't think he a number one. So I'm gonna have to talk to you. You got to come secure us a little bit on this thing. All right. Because I think Lamb is good. Forcing him to be our 88 doesn't make it so. Oh yeah, that's a Jerry Jones thing now. Ecus, it just shows the expectations, but we gonna find out about that. All right. Again, those are all the ways that you can help me out or follow me. If you're on Podbean right now, then you should see a red reward bag. All you have to do is hit that and, again, make a decision on whether you want to support the podcast financially or monthly. The least the least thing that everybody can do is at least follow the show. How about that? If you're not, that's what I need. I'm trying to build up my YouTube channel. I really would love for you guys who are on Facebook or if you're on Podbean or whatever, if you have a YouTube account, it would be great if you would go to the Big Time Show on YouTube and simply subscribe to it. That's all I need. And turn on that bell that you'll see that let you know when I'm coming live. When I do go live, it'll give you a notification to your phone or wherever. And it'll show you that I'm live. So if you don't want to help me out that way, Cash App or on the Big Time Show 3@supercast.tech, that's fine. But you can really help me by going to the YouTube channel and simply following that. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys on Monday. By now, you should already know how we leave the building. You know how we leave it. I see Miss Ty is already cranking it up, as you can see. We party when we leave here. For those that hadn't been with me, we party when we leave here. We party. We don't just leave out mad. We groove on out of here. So what I need you to do, if you're on Podbean, if you're on YouTube, if you're on Facebook or whatever, wherever you're watching me from, go to your clap emoji, because I'm gonna give you something to clap to. Oh, ain't no doubt about that. It's got to happen. We party on the way out of here. I need you to put your hands together. I can't see it. There you go, E-Kush. I see you. Appreciate you, brother. Miss Ty, I see you. I need to see some hand clap emojis because it's over. Until Monday, this is, yeah, buddy, woo, the Big Time Show. Woo. You might as well clap. Who is this on here? RLM White 40. Thank you for popping in. I don't know exactly when you popped in, but since you're here, you might as well go on groove with us. Come on, clap your hands, RL White. Just let me know you're listening. Come on, do something. RLM White 40. Come on, clap your hands with Miss Ty. Don't leave her by herself. Woo! This is, yeah, the big time show. We'll see you Monday, 7 p.m. Central. Yeah.